What they do, they keep on till they find somebody to agree with that spirit because they don't seek to be changed. They don't seek. So if you're disappointed, number one, what we talked about, the four main causes of disappointment. So number one, if you are disappointed with God's time, that's that anxious attachment theory because it includes the fear of abandonment. That means you're still dealing with abandonment issue. So when we go to our case study and we see Hannah over in 1 Samuel, she wept year after year, even though she was given a double portion because she was barren. That didn't matter to her. You have to be careful that God blesses you and you really don't care because it ain't what you want. A lot of y'all dealing with that right now. You will take God's blessing, but you mishandle it because He giving you everything but what you asked for. We understand some of us are not staying where we want to stay, but have you ever stayed outdoors with nowhere to stay? So anything is better than outdoors. I know you can't eat what you want to eat and buy what you want to buy. Have you ever ate out of a dumpster just to eat? It's better than what you got. The problem is you think you entitled. And because you of age, I shouldn't be living like this. I shouldn't be having this. I should be better than this. God, why you won't give me what I need? Because understanding God, the things He took away from me, I didn't need them. See, what's wrong with many of you, you haven't let go of the world yet. That's why you still geared toward worldly things. Do you understand? Can we say that? You understand, no matter what I say on this video, and some of you listen to me, you know your thought process would never change. You'll still go back and do what you want. You will listen, you will take notes, you will hear it, but it don't change you. You know why? Because your identity is stealing stuff. It's stealing stuff. What's that telling me? You haven't met Christ. You ain't met him. Genesis 15:21. Abraham, you're going to have a son. Decades passed before Isaac was born. They never gave up to what was spoken. So what's happening to you, that delay has caused a tension between the nature of God, the character of God, and the position of God. The character of God and the position of God. Your soul fractured because all you see God is as a provider. You don't see Him as one that has to create, that has to correct, learn behavior. I be on that TikTok sometime, and every time I see somebody talking about them generational curse and this and that, I say, hey, you wrong. This is the way it should go. They delete me. They block me because they sitting there and they got these in-depth teaching and this and that. Go to here for the in-depth teaching. And I come in there with the scripture and tear down their whole teaching. That ain't never pride. I'm waiting on the one to say, hey, brother, you sure right. Can I call you? Can I talk to you? See, you know why I'm introducing the truth? Because those that don't change and they hear the truth, those the one that lake of fire for. You people who believe in it and don't change. That's where you hear it. Because what they're teaching you is that Jesus did not finish the work of the cross. Just notice how they got all the scriptures in the Old Testament about curses, but they never got the one where God broke the curse. They never got the one that God said, why y'all still doing this? They never got the finale in John. Christ ain't nobody sinned. Do you know the significance behind the disciple asks who sinned, him or his parents? He said nobody. You know what Christ was teaching y'all if y'all had some spiritual authority? Everything you did, I already knew about it. Boom. You holding yourself hostage. And he said, so the power of God made this be displayed. What that means? That you can see what forgiveness really look like. You know how long I had to live married and walking around with having a woman have abortion?
Transformation, center we proclaim. Whoa, living more than just a name. Yeah, moving from a church mentality to a kingdom mindset.